Okay, this is
just
before.
like hey.
Okay. Hey. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
And welcome back.
Oh.
We've been on break for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And now we are officially kicking off our return, kicking off season 5.
Season 5
of King of the Hill.
That's right.
And lucky us, we already recorded,
thank God,
the first episode of season 5 a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, of course, the one you're about to listen to, Perils of Polling.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so we already did that for the election last year, but we thought we would just do a little intro just to kind of say welcome to season 5. Here we are. We've done it.
We made it.
And yeah, and we hope you enjoyed this episode.
Yes,
I was just re-listening to it because I couldn't remember anything from this episode.
Of course.
And so I was just making some notes. One of the things I made a note about is that at several points in the episode, I say fishes instead of fish. Like the plural of fish is fish.
Okay.
But I say fishes.
Why are we talking about fish? I did not listen to the episode. So why were we talking about fish?
Well, not to give too much away, but at a certain point, a pig may or may not dive into a pool. And there may or may not be people dressed as fish and or mermaids.
That's right.
and I think the pig's name is Mitch.
That's right.
And there are Mitch's fishes. And I don't know, that stuck in my brain. So at several points I say fishes, and listening back, it kind of drove me crazy. So I just wanted to address that now, just in case.
Yeah. So everybody will be extra aware of it.
Extra aware, but maybe hopefully you'll feel a sense of relief knowing that I'm aware and I'm embarrassed. And also, I recently, on some King of the Hill website, I saw that there was something saying that in the show Goober Smooches is supposed to be kind of, not a ripoff, but it's supposed to be like Fuddruckers in real life.
Because Fuddruckers, what a name.
What a name.
Goober Smooches is so good.
As a kid, Fuddruckers was awesome because you're just like, I feel like I'm cussing.
Yes, it sounds like
Fuck
Ruckers.
Ruckers. Fuddruckers. It's like, what's another cuss word? Shit? Like shib-itters or something. Fuddruckers. So I thought that was funny, and I think those were pretty much all the notes I made. We talk a lot about the election.
Yes.
Thank God we're past that.
And we're just in a new horrible reality.
It's like a weird half-life where 2020 was so awful, and now we're in 2021, which is also awful, but compared to 2020, it's like not as bad, but everything is still chaotic and awful. So it's like a weird in-between.
Yeah.
In between.
I said the other day to people on our Discord, on our Patreon Discord, I was like, I feel like this year has kicked the absolute shit out of me.
Yeah, I mean, we were all a little bit hopeful for 2021, but we were also very guarded. It was like, I'm not hoping for anything because it's just, you just don't know. And then, of course, like,
but maybe
6 days into the new year, the Capitol got overrun. So I feel like ever since then, we're all just like, all right, well, things could be worse. I don't know. I'm not saying anything. I hate it, but I don't want to say this is the worst thing because the universe will be like, I will take your challenge and like also like give you a Godzilla with like
yes,
herpes you can catch by sneezing. So
a pox on all your houses.
Yes. So with that being said, I guess
we're glad to be back.
We're glad to be back.
Yeah, can't wait to record a brand new episode. I'm a little bit nervous because I feel like I haven't done it in a while.
Yes.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. So we're going to get back at it next week. Next Tuesday, we'll have something brand new for you. And until then.
Well, I just want to say one more thing.
Oh, every time!
Just one more thing. I was listening back to Perils of Polling, and I noticed that there was like a brief discussion on violence, a possible theme throughout season 5, violence against pigs, and us questioning, does Mike Judge hate pigs?
I guess we'll find out.
So let's just keep our ears peeled during this season to just kind of keep an eye out. Is there a lot of excess pig violence in this season? I'm excited to find out.
Can't wait.
It's
going to be fun.
So without further ado, here comes the episode, and I hope it's okay. And I hope everyone is not too bummed out by this intro.
Great. Okay, bye.
Bye!
A cat's trying to get in desperately, or your husband.
Blink, blink, ding, bling. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ling, 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 ding, 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 a ling, 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 ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding.
Welcome to Hoya Podcast! Amy, listeners, welcome!
Welcome to a very, very another special edition. Last week, we did a special edition episode. We're doing it again this week because today is motherfucking election day. Everybody just take a deep breath with me. 1, 2, 3. Out through the mouth.
Jesus, help us, please.
Please, for the love of God, let's all make it through this day in one piece. Everybody hold each other's hand.
Don't touch anyone, but hold each other's emotional hand.
Yes, that's true. My bad.
Sanitize.
But we're gonna get through this. You know, we don't know. We're recording this before election day is even here, so we don't know what the day is going to hold. We don't know what the following week is going to hold, because you know it's funny. We're doing a very special edition, and it's the Perils of Polling, the episode called "The Perils of Polling," and it felt so familiar because in this episode, there's talk of possible civil war.
It's very relevant.
And
it's very timely.
How it feels right now. And also, this is the first election between George W. Bush versus Gore, and this is when Bush stole the election. So, it may happen again. So who knows?
Yeah, I mean, by the time you're hearing this, you're probably, no matter who you are, no matter who you're voting for, you are probably so stressed out and frazzled and burnt out. So we thought this would be a good theme given the timing, but we're just trying to have a good time and hopefully we will make you feel less stressed out. Who knows?
Yeah, don't worry. We're not going to be super serious ever. We never are. But
yeah.
It is a very relevant episode to right now, the times, and figured it'd be a good one. But you know what, Jackie? Speaking of voting, you know what we're going to talk about. They should all know at this point to vote for us, our podcast, in the Discover Pod Awards 2020 edition in the People's Choice category.
Yes. Do not forget to do that, friends.
Please. So voting ends November 6th, I think. I can't really remember. Actually, let me look that up. Really.
Okay. Not voting for the president.
No.
That's before that.
Right. You've already done that, I'm sure. Or maybe you're standing in line right now listening to us while you're waiting to go vote. But no, while you're doing that, you can actually vote right now for us in the 2020 Discover Pods Awards. And The final day to vote for us would be November 6th. So if you're listening to this on election day, November 3rd, then you've got 3 days.
You've got 3
days. So I hope that was confusing. I know, but we put the link in our description. All you got to do, our show notes descriptions, all you got to do, click it, put your email in, vote for us. You don't have to vote for anybody else. Just vote for us in the People's Choice category. Opt out of the newsletter, hit submit. And then send us a screenshot to hello@hoyapod.com and your email or your home address. And we'll show up to your house. No, we'll do a postcard.
Yes. So let's see if we can win this thing.
Yeah.
How cool would that be? Oh my God.
It would be absolutely incredible.
Mm-hmm.
But first, there's a 2000 election that we need to vote in. We need to watch and vote.
Remember the year 2000?
Not really.
Well, I definitely couldn't vote, but
No.
I do remember feeling very stressed out by it, even as a child. So I can't imagine what children today are dealing with, but
I know, their families just losing their minds no matter what side you are on. You're just stressed. You're so stressed right now, and the kids, they know it. Because I was definitely stressed out in 2000 as well. I remember that. I remember being like, everyone's losing their minds. What's happening here?
Well, anyway. Should we, before we get into this fun episode, should we get into shout outs?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we sure should.
All right.
So my iTunes review comes from Eddie PC. Topic says, "Oh yeah," and the body says, "Love podcast. Have been listening for the first time since 7:30. You got me through lunch and will continue till 6:15 p.m. So thank you. Y'all see funny. I tell you what." Right on. Thank you so much, Eddie PC.
Thank you, Eddie PC.
Woo!
And my shout out is also an iTunes review, of course, and it comes from JDirt89, and the subject says, "Sweet Lady Hoya," and the body says, "I think about these two women talking about Fabio getting hit in the face with a bird on a roller coaster every single day." God, that made me laugh. I read that line so many times. It made me so happy. Because I think about Fabio getting hit in the face by a bird on a roller coaster pretty often. Like, at least once every few weeks for years now. Getting hit in the face with a bird on a roller coaster every single day. Oh, and their actual King of the Hill content, too. Witty, goofy, and sometimes truly gross, "Oh Yeah" has made me learn to view my favorite show from a different and amazing lens. My only complaint is that new episodes don't come out every day. The only woman I'm pimping from now on is Oh Yeah Pod, and I'm tricking her out all over this town. Yay! Thank you, J Dirt.
Oh, those are both such excellent reviews. I mean, I'm telling you though, when Jackie and I first read that Fabio line, we laughed. We laughed and laughed. We laughed so hard. It just fucking killed us.
I know.
Oh, so thank you so much, everyone, for your iTunes reviews. We love you and we love it. So
thank you.
Let's see here. Do we have any more Patreons? We don't.
We don't. Still haven't heard anything about Blake, so remember, get Blake until we get a new Patreon. But I see that Blake has a photo available now.
There it is.
Ooh, look at those gams.
What a pose.
Yes. We're getting full body in this picture. Very, very nice. All right.
Are you taking a Dos Equis too? It looks like you are. And you have a sword. And is your foot on a baby, like a baby's table seat? What are those things called?
High chair?
Yeah. And are you only wearing socks and no shoes?
All right, we're getting a lot of information now just from this picture. Thank you, Blake.
It's a great picture.
I know, that's really good. I almost, for a second, I didn't think Blake was wearing any pants. No pants, shirt, socks, no shoes, foot up on a high chair, sword in one hand, Dos Equis in the other, looking very confident.
Yeah, it's a quality pick. It's quality.
Quality pick. Excellent job, Blake.
All right, so all of that's done, right?
Right?
Yeah. Let's
Yep.
get into the episode.
Yay!
All right, here we go. We're doing The Perils of Polling.
Mm-hmm.
Season 5.
Mm-hmm.
Episode uno. Air date, October 2000. Inside their garage, Hank observes as Peggy tests a voting booth to ensure that no one can see inside. Bobby and Luann enter and beg Hank to take them to the Heimlich County Fair. Hank wishes that Luann would show the same amount of enthusiasm for the upcoming presidential election.
Oh, God.
But Luann admits she never even filled out the registration forms. Understandable.
No, not understandable.
Well, he gave them to her for her birthday. I would also be like, fuck you.
But to Hank, I bet Hank would have loved to get those for his 18th birthday.
Definitely. He absolutely would have. But
That's
Hank is a nerd.
excellent Hank gift, not a good Luann gift.
No, right. He's buying for himself.
I love her response, too. He's like, did you send in those voter registration forms I gave you on your 18th birthday? And Luann's like, no, but that's okay. I'll just vote for president next year. God damn it. Luann.
Oh. Later, as the Hills roam around the fairgrounds, Hank is approached by Ted T. Ganaway, a presidential fringe candidate. But luckily, Bobby interrupts with news of a diving pig named Mitch. Hank takes this opportunity. He's like, okay, we gotta... Sounds great. I would love to watch this pig. Get me out of here. An enthusiastic crowd watches as the trainer, whose I guess name is Rooks Epperson, introduces Mitch the diving pig. And he does all these... He basically just falls off of the top of a diving board. Like, he just keeps walking into nothingness. And then he, like, falls through some hoops.
Just clumsily, like, trips off the edge and falls into hoops. It's precious.
Poor thing. He's probably
Scary.
like, fuck!
I know.
And then he has to keep doing it. But for the finale, Mitch dives through several hoops of fire. It's called the Johnny Cash move.
Mm-hmm.
And disappears beneath the water. And nobody that's in the water tries to save him. They all just get out of the water. They're all just like, well, I guess that pig's dead now, because I'm not going to try and figure out what's
they're
happening.
just like watching some bubbles come to the surface, but no pig, and everyone's just like, what do we do?
Let's get out of the pool is what the people in their mermaid outfits are doing. So Mitch still has not resurfaced, and Bobby, thinking quickly, he dives into the water and rescues Mitch. His hoof had become entangled in a hose that they had left in the pool. So poor little Mitch is stuck and trying to get out.
I know.
So scary. Poor baby.
I know. Poor baby.
So Bobby saves the day. He pulls him out and, revives Mitch and is immediately photographed with... And Bobby's so good. He's such a good poser. He's just hitting all the moves. He's not staying in one place. He's leaning down. He's getting up. He's waving. He's throwing finger guns. He's so good at it.
Mm-hmm.
And the person who's photographing Bobby is one of George W. Bush's campaign managers. She comes up and she invites Hank and Bobby to attend the upcoming Get Out the Vote campaign rally. Hank, who is definitely a Bush supporter, enthusiastically agrees to it. After this, Hank and Peggy and Bobby are all walking back, from the show, and Luann comes running up and she's like, guess what? I registered to vote and I found my candidate. And candidate?
Yeah, either
Whatever.
or, I think.
Yeah. And it turns out that she's supporting Robert Parigi, a communist. Dun, dun, dun. And one of the reasons is because he had the shortest line of supporters, which I understand. And he had a red tie, a white shirt, and a blue jacket.
And nice eyebrows, I think.
Something like that. So, Hank and Luann are kind of arguing about this in the car ride home, and he's obviously upset about it. So they're back at home. Hank and the guys are outside drinking beers, obviously, and Hank's talking about how, Luann comes out, she starts putting a sign up in her yard that says "Vote Communist," and this, they're all like, "Commie, go home." Luann's like, "All right." She just turns around and walks away. And this just leads to discussion about how, Hank he's like, "I can't believe she's going to vote for a communist. She's throwing away her vote, blah, blah, blah." He goes back inside. He's in the house. This is later in the evening, and Luann comes over with the manger babies and just starts antagonizing Hank. She's just like, with the puppets in his face, like, "Yeah, you're a communist. Vote for the communists. What? And like, just
she is unbearable.
Yeah, she's being a total fucking brat. She really is.
Yeah.
And Hank's getting mad, of course. He can't hold it together. He's like, "How dare you call me a communist, you fucking penguin?" So he ends up calling Luann an idiot, which is her trigger, calling her stupid or an idiot. She immediately starts to cry and she runs away, and Hank feels bad. He comes back into the kitchen. He tells Peggy, "Oh, well, I called her an idiot and she ran away." And he's like, "She didn't know what she was doing. She doesn't know what she's doing. I shouldn't have done that." And Peggy says, "Well, why don't you bring Luann with us to the Get Out the Vote, and she can see George W. Bush, the greatest orator of our age," which is such a great joke because remember when he was the worst speaker? He's not anymore, but he was.
Yeah.
And we were all so surprised by how bad he was.
It used to be like funny.
Yeah. So Hank does this. He takes Luann with them, and Luann is immediately smitten with him because she's like, "Oh my God, he's so handsome. Wow." It's just instantly into George W. Bush.
He's so handsome.
It's like, "Oh, he's so handsome. His eyes are blue. And he's got a red tie."
God.
After Bush gives his speech, Luann is convinced. She's like, "Oh my God, you're so right. I'm totally voting for him." And this is when Bush comes down. He's greeting everybody. He's kissing babies. He's doing the whole shebang. Comes up to say, hi to Bobby because Bobby is like a guest there. And goes in and says, Hank's like, "I'm Bobby's dad." And he says, "Well, I could really use your vote." And Hank's like, "You got it." And they go to shake hands. And it's just this moment. Their hands grasp. You can see Bush's hand is just like a dead fish. There's no life to it. It's wiggly. It's like goo. It's basically a goo hand. And Hank grabs it, and he immediately is just horrified by his limp handshake.
It's shocking.
It's shocking.
I think I would compare it to that feeling when you get a soda from a drive-through restaurant and it's delicious and full of ice, but then you let it sit a little too long and you take a sip from it later on and it's so watery, but you're expecting your delicious soda taste, and then you get hit with watery soda and it's like shocking. It shouldn't be that shocking, but it is. I imagine it's like that.
I imagine that has to be what it's like.
Yeah.
So Hank is like, well, first of all, we all know Hank is like very into, being super presentable. Like having a firm handshake means that you're a strong man, you're a strong person, you have strong convictions, and it's supposed to be, they always say that, like have a firm handshake. It really tells you about that person.
It speaks to your character.
Exactly.
Supposedly.
Right. So he's just completely horrified by this. He's completely quiet. He's like, "I don't even know if I can vote for this guy." He's like, what are we gonna do? He's gonna go shake hands with, some dictator, and then they're gonna be like, bomb him. His handshake is so limp. Kill them all. What is he gonna do about it? Nothing.
Can I tell you a joke real quick?
Yeah.
What do you get when you mix a penis and a potato?
I don't know.
A dictator.
What?
Yeah.
Why didn't I? That's like
Anyway.
the oldest joke, and I was
know.
like, I don't know.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Oh. Anyway, the guys are just kind of like, this is a stupid reason to not vote for someone, Hank. Like, you're as bad as Luann at this point. Like, you're voting for someone or not voting for someone for a very dumb reason. Luann is voting for someone because she likes his eyes / tie, and he's not voting for someone because of a simple handshake.
Mm-hmm.
Dale then proposes to Hank, like, well, hey, I don't vote. I never do. Why don't we go outlet shopping? It's great. We'll go Christmas shopping at the outlets.
So cute.
I know. Oh. And so Hank's like, no, I gotta vote. What if I don't get called for jury duty anymore? But the night before the election, Hank is up all night long. He's just reviewing back and forth this video of another man who shakes Bush's hand and also realizes that he has a limp handshake.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, look, Peggy, look at it. Look, he's excited, and then surprise, shock, disappointment. He's looking at this all night long.
He doesn't sleep.
He doesn't sleep. The next morning, Peggy gets up to find that Hank has gone. He never even came in, and he's off with Dale going Christmas shopping at the outlets.
Oh my god.
Word reaches, Luann she's at the house. She's ready to vote. She wants to vote with Uncle Hank. She wants to do it at the same time because it's, a bonding thing. It's important to her. Finds out, from Bill, first to vote, last to leave.
Unbelievable. I know.
Poor Peggy, she's just like, oh God, fuck.
I like that Bill dressed up to vote.
I know. He looked great. He had his hat on, his suit.
Mm-hmm.
Looked great. So Bill informs Luann and Peggy and everyone that Hank has decided not to vote, and he's out shopping with Dale. They're having a little shopping spree. And Luann's like, oh my God, this is terrible. Like, he has to vote. So she she pages him. He doesn't respond. He's like, whatever. She's just, it's Luann. It doesn't matter. So they're done at the outlets, and Dale's like, okay, well, let's go to this other one that's closer to Mexico. Like, okay. They keep driving, and Dale's real plan becomes obvious. Drives right into Mexico, tells Hank, this is the real plan. We're going to wait here in Mexico until after the election to make sure that there's no political coups or any civil unrest or civil war that starts because of the election results. We're going to hang out here. I've already got your fake papers.
But what about Nancy and Joseph?
No, he doesn't. He is only about himself. He is always
and
only
Hank.
It just so happens that Hank agreed to go with him. Otherwise, he would have been down there by himself the whole day.
But he talked Hank into it. He was just like, come on with me,
That's true.
Well,
I imagine he brings Hank along just like in case something goes terribly wrong and he can blame it all on Hank, right? Like
Hank can somehow get him out of it or something.
Both sound very good. Both of those are very likely. So Luann is she's like, oh my God, Uncle Hank didn't return my page. I think he's dead. And Peggy's like, no, he's not dead. And, but that's for propane emergencies only. So Luann gets this idea. Okay, well, I'm going to go to Goober Smooches, which is such a good name, Goober Smooches. And I'm going to call in a fake propane emergency. That gets Hank on the phone, and she answers. She's there. She answers the hostess, the the host line, and she's like, "What's going on? Why aren't you voting?" And they get into this back and forth, and she, like, Luann really gets to him. She tells him, like, this is ridiculous. You're not going to vote simply because of his handshake. That's dumb. Like, I'm voting. I want to vote, but maybe I won't if it really doesn't matter. Hank realizes, okay, I can't set this example for Luann. I have got to go vote even if I don't want to. He gets the keys from Dale, takes off. They haul ass back to Arlen, even get a police escort, haul ass back, get there just in time, within 1 minute or 2, depending on who you ask.
Yeah.
Hank and Luann go in, and they vote together, and they come back out. And democracy has triumphed. Kind of. Not in Florida, but
no.
Maybe in Texas it was fine. But in Florida it wasn't.
It was fucked.
It was really not good.
As always.
And that's the episode.
Yay! Well done, Amy.
Thank you. Oh, shit. So, Jackie, tell me about, what do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts, likes, dislikes, moans, quos?
I will say, I think it's interesting that we're doing, the last episode we did was Pygmalion, which was a season 7 episode, but it was originally supposed to come out in season 5. And here we have another season 5 episode that is kind of pig focused. So I'm just wondering what that's about.
I know. I thought that too. I was like, we had dead pigs in the episode that we last did. And now we have one that's potentially about to die.
Almost dead, yeah.
And also basically being forced off of a diving board into the unknown.
Yeah.
And fiery rings. Lots of pig torture in these 2 seasons.
Yeah, it makes you wonder.
Yeah.
What issue does Mike Judge have with pigs?
What do they have against pigs?
Yeah.
Mike Judge, answer.
Yes. Your silence speaks volumes, Mike Judge. We're calling you out. Mike Judge hates pigs.
That's definitely going to help us get him on the show.
Yeah. I'm self-sabotaging because the very idea is so terrifying.
That's fine. Yes, I am in favor of that.
Let's self-sabotage. Perfect. So I love, but when they're at the, not carnival, the fair.
Yeah, same thing.
And they go to watch the Mitch Pig show, and the person, what is it? His name's Epperson, the barker who is presenting Mitch.
Yeah.
Epperson, the barker, I guess, the carnival barker. Before he presents Mitch, he welcomes out Mitch's fishes, and it's just like 3 or 4 people dressed as fishes, and I just love that. And there's like a big diving board set up and a little small like diving pool. And they come out and they're all dressed as fishes. And one of them is just smoking a cigarette. And it's this guy, and he just takes a big drag real quick and then like puts his cigarette out. And then they all like put their hands up and dive into the pool. And that made me laugh so hard.
I know, but one of them doesn't even dive. He just I think he just jumps in feet first. Like he doesn't know how to dive.
I love that. That would be such a good deep cut costume to go as Mitch's fishes, and then one person's a pig.
Oh my God, that is so good. But I know when the guy is still smoking and he's got like a big beer belly too, like it just fucking kills me every time I see that.
Really
like, all right, let's do this.
So after Mitch's fishes come out, Epperson, the announcer, welcomes out Mitch the pig, and he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the main event, the real deal, the finest diver with 4 legs, the pork luganus, Mitch, the amazing diving pig. For his first dive, Mitch will present the Tula Hula, a dive through not 1, not 3, but 2 hula hoops.
I wrote that down too. Not 1, not 3, but 2.
2. And it's called the Tula Hula.
It's so good.
And I love that he's called the Pork Luganus. And then I wrote down a quote by Luann after she has decided that she is just so obnoxious about this. She wasn't even gonna vote. And then Hank encourages her. And then she's just a complete turd about it. And she shares that she's voting communist. And Hank's like, what? Communist? No, why? Don't do that. And she's just like, I guess I cancel out your vote. My first election and your vote means nothing. And then she raises her arm in a communist salute. And she says, long live the People's Revolution.
I know. I also wrote down like, your vote means nothing. Like, what a little fucking brat. Just like,
What a complete turd. And then I love the part when Hank is out in the alley and he's talking to the guys, and it's after his traumatic handshake with George Bush. And he just can't get over it. And he's saying a man's handshake. No, he can't get over it. And he's saying, Bill is saying, it's not that big of an issue. And Hank is like, a man's handshake is an issue. It's the character issue. And Bill's like, no, character is about having principles and not sleeping with the help and such, but not a wimpy handshake. That's just trivial, Hank, trivial. And Hank's like, the man could be the next leader of the free world. We're going to have nut job third world dictators walking all over us when they find out the man in charge doesn't even have a strong enough finger to push the button. And then Dale says, that makes a lot of sense, a lot of nonsense. And then the three guys laugh so hard at that joke. It made me laugh so hard how hard they all laugh. So I love that part. And then later on in the conversation, Dale's telling Hank how he just doesn't even vote on election day. Instead, he says, every election day I go Christmas shopping. All the suckers are at the polls. The outlet malls are empty. Parking lots are full, which I never understood. I got a theory, but it involves the largest mirror in Texas. I want to know more about that theory. I even tried Googling it, but nothing came up. The largest mirror in Texas.
What is it reflecting? Like,
I guess just maybe there are like a handful of cars, but maybe a series of mirrors.
Yeah.
Some kind of illusion. So I love that part. And then I liked the part when Luann tricks Hank and he calls Goober smooches. And this was, I thought, a really nice, important message about voting from Luann, which I thought was really, it's done in a very Luann way. But Hank calls and he's like, Rudy, what's your propane emergency? And Luann's like, this isn't Rudy, it's Luann. And this isn't a propane emergency. It's a why aren't you voting emergency. Why aren't you voting? And Hank's like, because my candidate's handshake has no character. And Luann says, what takes character is to vote anyway, even if it's rainy, or your face is blotchy, or your uncle made you cry, or your candidate's a dud. It doesn't take any character to give up. And I just thought,
right.
Yeah. I just thought like, oh, what a good little, PSA.
Mm-hmm.
And those are pretty much all of the quotes I have. I just wrote down a couple references that I thought might be kind of interesting. The title of the episode is a reference to a 1947 film called The Perils of Pauline, which is about a minor silent era performer who suddenly becomes an important star of her own action pictures. Similarly, Hank realizes the dangerous potential importance of Luann's uninformed rookie voting in the presidential election. And then when Hank is reviewing the tape of George Bush shaking a man's hand, he rewinds the handshake over and over while saying surprised and then disappointed, surprised, then disappointed. And I guess this is a reference to Oliver Stone's 1991 JFK film in which Kevin Costner plays Jim Garrison, who I guess does the same thing where he pauses and rewinds a video while describing Kennedy's movements repeatedly as back and to the left, back and to the left. And that's about it. The only other thing I had was just the end when Hank is pulled over for speeding and he's just like, can you write me this ticket really quick? I still need to vote. And then the cop's just like, you haven't voted. And then he gives him a police escort to go vote. And I just thought, it really is like, it's just so important to vote. And I like how hard they're trying to push that. So I did appreciate that.
Yep. Because it's also important to note that the only person who didn't vote was Dale, and that's because he's out of his goddamn mind. So don't be a Dale.
Yeah, don't be a Dale. Don't be a Luann if you can help it, although she did vote, so that's good.
I did write that down that Luann is literally all of the Florida voters.
Oh my God, I know.
I was just like, oh, Luann.
I know. Florida.
I'm voting for him because I like his flag.
Yeah. And he's white.
Mm-hmm. My favorite.
My favorite. Well, tell me about your favorite parts, Amy.
Sure. So I got a couple. I mean, you said some of my favorites too because they're just so good. But let's see. I love when Bobby, he saves Mitch and they're like, oh, he's dead or he's not breathing. And Bobby turns around and he's like, not this pig. Not today. Oh, he's so good. I love when Hank, he answers the door and it's Luann being a pain in the ass with the manger babies. And you hear in the background from Peggy, who is it, Hank? And he goes, the manger babies. I'll get rid of them. Not Luann. It's the manger babies. Yep. I'll get rid of them. Don't worry about it. And then shortly after that, another one of my favorites is Peggy. He walks into the kitchen and Peggy's like, Hank, I'm making cookies to give out on election day. What do you think tastes better? The Chips Ahoy heated up or the EL fudge heated up?
EL fudge. Oh my God.
I know. Oh, I was like, oh, that's so good. When they're at the get out the vote, Luann is like, talking about George Bush, he's even more handsome than his dad. And Hank says, well, Barbara is a handsome woman.
Yeah.
And that's about all I got. But I did like a little fun thing where when they're in Mexico and there's two things. When they're in Mexico, Dale says, I've already got your papers. You are an Ecuadorian farmer. And Hank's like, I'm not Ecuadorian, but Mike Judge is.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So I like that. And, we know Mike Judge does Hank's voice. Mm-hmm. And also when they're like reviewing all of their purchases and Dale has a bottle of cologne and he's like, hey, do you think this smells like Boomhauer? He smells it. He's like, yeah, that's Boomhauer. He's going to love it. So cute.
Awesome.
Yep, that's all I got.
Well, are we ready to get into listener comments?
We sure are. And you know what? We have a listener comment song.
We do?
We surely doot.
Holy crap. Who's it from?
I know. It's way down here. Let me find it. Hold on. So for our listener comment song, we got an email from, it just says Denter 101. And it's, the body says, I have started listening to this podcast a month ago and love it. I'm on the Son Who Got Away episode. If y'all are still letting viewers do the listener comment song, hell yes. Here's my crack at it. Also, I'm from Tampa, so I relate to those complex Florida feels.
Oh.
Vaya con Dios. And then it looks like it says, I made this in voice memos. Judge me.
Judge me.
We will. Don't you worry.
All right, here we go.
Listener comments. To take the time to listen to you. To time to listen for the rest of your lives.
The time to
listen to you.
The time to listen to you. Take the time to the rest of your life.
That was awesome. Thank
That
you
was really
so
good.
much.
So jazzy.
I know.
Take the time.
I imagine somebody like tapping their.
And I love, oh God, some of these. I love how a lot of the songs are just a little bit whispery, and I picture people like making these beautiful songs, but also trying not to have the other people in their house hear them.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe they're even in their car, like trying to.
Thank you so much,
Bren Denter. Thank you.
Bren
Thank you
Denter.
very much. Okay, let's get into the listener comments. We don't have a whole lot because I posted this like an hour ago because we weren't sure if we were doing this episode or not. Sorry. But for those of you who have already, oh my God, we have okay. Let's see. We have Joe Yell Looking Guy, Joe Van O, A Million Little Carters, Susan Mari 21, Ryan Film Lover, Fayucky IU 415 all say, "Long live the People's Revolution!" That's pretty much all of our listener comments too. We have a couple more that aren't that.
Aw. K-Berg 703 says, "All I know is if I don't vote, I won't get called for jury duty anymore." And K-Berg also says, "So excited that you're discussing this episode. I watch it every election day."
Oh, wow.
Perfect.
That's great. Becca Thunderdome. Sure, but when I want to watch Scent of a Woman, you don't know how to work the VCR.
Vernie Vern says,
Art Simone, I love this. Get that penguin back here. I'm not done.
Oh. It's this part when Dale and Hank are at the outlets on their shopping spree, and Dale's trying on all these outfits, and then Hank puts on what I describe as like an old man, like newsy hat, you know? And Hig Iwi. Oh, wait. I was going to say Hig Iwi Simbri, but it looks more like it might be, "Hi, guys, I'm Brie." Holy shit, Jackie. So, "Hi, guys, I'm Brie," or Hig Iwi Simbri says, Hank with the hat, looking at himself in the mirror, "I look like a jackass." And he just laughed so hard.
Bread Chef also mentions that too. Mick Peekaboo 0 says, "Bobby, no! That's pig water!" Someone's got to save that fucking pig, Peggy. God.
No, Mick Peekaboo, so cute.
Oh, and Lieberg Art also mentions the hat. Ron Schaefer, "I always love how Sir Reginald talks to Comrade Hill." That's pretty much it. I'm pretty sure we said all of them.
All right, and my last one by Said Animal 2049. "Boo, Kami, go home." Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone, for contributing listener comments. Sorry for the last minuteness of it all.
Yes, but you know what? You're used to it. It's okay.
I know, we appreciate it, though. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we're going to get days of comments after this.
I know.
We're never gonna
And
they're never
going to see the light of day.
I know. Aw.
I don't have any trivia.
Are you shitting me?
I just realized that.
Just look up something real quick. We could even cut it out. They wouldn't know the difference.
No, hold on. I'll try and think of something.
No,
hold on.
hold on.
No, shush. Fine. All right. I've got something.
Okay, go ahead.
What does Hank say he bought Dale to trick him?
Ooh. A football? I don't know.
No, a keychain.
Oh, that's right, from the Coach outlet.
Yes, from the Coach outlet, which I love. And it always makes me think of you when for some reason, you and I had we were flush with cash. I think we had $400 and we were like, we're going to the Coach outlet.
Yeah.
We were, what? We had to be like 22, 23. We were so young. And then we went to like a fancy lunch and then we had no money anymore.
we spent the whole day just like on a whim bought outlet Coach bag, matching outlet Coach bags, and then we got brunch, and the whole day we were just like, we're rich. And I haven't had money since then.
I know, I've been so every time I already sold that Coach bag because I couldn't afford rent.
I know. So we really jinxed ourselves.
We sure did. We'll never be rich again.
Yeah.
Cursed by the Coach outlet.
Yep. That was a good question. All right. I have 2 questions. First one, Hank's name is Hank R. Hill, not to be confused with Hank P. Hill, who doesn't pay what bill?
His Discover card.
Yes. Well done. And my last question.
Discover card bill. Come on, Discover. Come on.
And my last question, what was the date of Election Day in the year 2000?
What?
What was the date?
November 3rd.
Nope. It was November 7th.
Well, son of a bee sting.
It's not the exact same day every year.
I know. I know. What is it? It's the first Thursday, right? First Tuesday.
I don't know how they figure it out, but
it's the first Tuesday in November.
Okay. Do you know what the next episode is? Which week?
Yeah, I fucking know what the next episode is.
It was supposed to be, and then
for 2 times now. Yeah,
know,
no. I swear to God, everyone, we're really gonna do Dogdale Afternoon next.
We'll see. Stay tuned to find out.
We're doing the Thanksgiving one again. Fuck it.
That's right. And before we sign off, I just have one more very special message from Hank Hill himself that I wanted to share.
Hello, I'm Hank Hill from TV's King of the Hill.
And I'm Bobby Hill from TV's King of the Hill.
Welcome to what used to be my garage.
That's where I usually park my bike.
We're here to remind you to register to vote. So go ahead, fill out your registration card, and you'll be eligible to win these valuable prizes: freedom, civic pride, and a brand new president.
There you have it.
Thank
from
you so much, Hank.
Hank and Bobby themselves.
You better go vote for us for a Ho Yeah podcast.
That's right.
And the prizes that you can win are a kiss, a handwritten postcard, and our unending love and devotion.
That's right.
Which I think is better than a new president. Nope. No, it's not. No, it's not. Not at all.
No,
I would rather. No, we need a new president.
Vote in the election first. By now you should have.
Yes.
And go ahead and vote for. Well, by the time this comes out, you have already had your chance to vote for president. So now all you need to do is just vote for us. Go ahead and do it. That's the ghost of past elections. I'll haunt you if you don't vote. Ooh, you better listen to what she says. She sounds desperate and lonely.
I am.
So she wants you to not vote. So don't give her what she wants.
Mm-mm.
Vote.
Give us what we want.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Until next time. Vaya con Dios.
Da,
Ho, yeah.
don't
For
forget
Ho Yeah
to
Podcast.
vote
For
for
us.
podcast. If you vote, you're a good person. If you don't vote, then you'll be haunted by desperate ghosts. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.